Hi there, I'm Rebecca from the Busy Woman's Garden. In this quick video, I'm going to give 3 tips to help you create a garden with year-round colour. So my first tip is that spring bulbs are a fantastic way of getting both your mood and the garden off to a good start. They can start appearing anytime from early January right up until April or May, depending on what bulbs you choose to select. And I recommend that everybody plant some of those. The time of year to plant them is sometime between September and December, depending on which ones you're going for. And I guarantee you won't be sorry. They are, generally speaking, fairly fail safe, and you're never disappointed to see them coming up in January. They really do help boost your mood. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, and this tip, or I suppose all these 3 tips, are based on the idea that high summer will look after itself in terms of colour in the garden. It's easy enough to buy bedding plants or quick fixes in your garden to have a bit of colour in July and August. So I'm talking about the rest of the year when it mightn't be as obvious. So that's why tip number 2 deals with early summer and late summer or early autumn. So my recommendation is to look for plants like lupins in particular, which come out in the end of May and the start of June, and fill a little gap between the bulbs and before the rest of the garden catches up with you later on in the summer. So they're one type of plant you can do that for. There are others too, like wallflowers, for example, are another one that really do it. But lupins are very big, so they fill up a lot of space with a small number of plants. So that's the first one. Towards the end, the plants that kind of come towards the end of the summer are plants like asters and chrysanthemums, or mums as sometimes they're called. They really do come into their own in September when everything else is starting to fade off. And dahlias also keep going until first frost, really. So those are the 3 plants to try and fill in the gap between spring and summer, and then between summer and autumn. And then for winter colour, winter is the hardest part of the year to inject a bit of colour into. And, you know, no tip that I give you is going to turn December into July, unfortunately for us all. You need to find the beauty in its own season. However, I would recommend looking for your trees as the main source of colour for winter. So that might be trees that have berries on them, or trees or shrubs that have berries on them, or trees with coloured bark or unusual bark, or trees that have an unusual branch structure or that create a lovely silhouette, so a twisted hazel type thing. So those are the ones to go for. And if all of those tips are put into place, you have something of interest in your garden to keep you going all year. And they're all really low maintenance, so very easy to do. So those are my 3 tips. And if you like those tips, I hope you subscribe to the mailing list so you get a freebie with 5 more tips for your garden that are all quick and easy and nothing complicated. And when you're subscribed to that, you are on my mailing list, and every week I email out tips and ideas and thoughts from the garden. So I hope this helps. Take care. Bye bye.